This energy is around action. Okay, maybe I don't have my shit together like I previously thought. Expect the unexpected. Hello and welcome to the recording of the new moon video, which is happening yesterday on the 20th of April 2023. I look like I've been dragged through a hedge backwards. I've been really busy doing lots of things, traveling across the UK. And actually what's really funny yesterday is the reason the video with Emma had to go out before this one, which is what I was intending to film yesterday, my laptop wouldn't charge. So we are actually in the phases of Mercury Retrograde, and what happens in that period of time is communication can have breakdowns and technology can be a little bit all over the place. So I found it fascinating that my laptop over the last week, my charger, which always works, sometimes it's been charging my laptop and sometimes it hasn't. It's been fascinating. Now, since I did the video with Emma on David's laptop, which I'll link back to you, by the way, because it was an incredible video. The funny thing about it is that my laptop's been working absolutely perfectly fine. So it was just yesterday, it didn't want me doing the recording. You know, David was using his laptop. And then when I had the call with Emma to record, I was like, babe, I've got to use your laptop. Like, I literally can't use mine. And we're not quite home from our adventures earlier this week, which we will be sharing a little bit more about on Monday, all being well. David and I will be with you live on Monday at 5 UK time, so do get ready for that. I know you guys love our videos. You have a lot of laughs watching them, and the feedback is always, you know, just you two just bring such delight. And whilst David and I have been on the road over the last few days, we've actually had some amazing ideas as to some things for the future that we're going to be bringing to you and bringing to the world. So please do keep your eyes peeled. If you like what David and I stand for and what we do, please do keep your eyes open, because we are going to be sharing with you even more some of the things that have been bubbling behind closed doors. If you are on my Instagram account, you will partly know what I'm talking about already, as I shared it on a live earlier today, and also I did a post in my story. So it depends how much you pay attention to my Instagram account as to what you know. So unless you have been living under a rock, you will know that things are moving at quite a fast pace currently. We have got lots of different things that are taking place, coming up for healing, lots of different energies that we're having to deal with, you know, all the way from our parents all of a sudden starting to question things to our kids misbehaving. It's extremely important that we recognize that we are in such an incredible period of time. Now, yesterday, the 20th of April, was actually the new moon. And like I say, I'm so sorry for not being able to record this before now. There has been a number of reasons, which I will share one day, but this isn't the video to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you through the elements of this new moon energy. As you guys know, this is a window of about 2.5 weeks of energy, and it overlaps the full moon and it overlaps, you know, new months and things like that. So I want to give you the information for this. I am not going to give you an exercise this time, though. I did have an exercise, but because I channeled this information over a week ago now, so that is actually slightly out of date now. And because we're already in the energies, we're kind of coming out the other side. So my huge apologies for not giving you the exercise to do this time. I'm trusting that it is happening as it needs to happen, because I physically didn't have the time to be able to record it before. It's unlike me, you know, I will make the time. I do, you know, cram things into little gaps, and I just haven't been able to do it. So let me talk you through this incredible energy that is coming through from the new moon. So this is a very powerful period of time. Like I said, it's a powerful eclipse, which is going to quantum leap us into a new era. Now we've got Mercury retrograde that we've stepped into today, and we're in that for a month, I believe. Sorry, I had a little interruption there. So basically Mercury retrograde starts today and it goes on till around the middle of May. Now, as I said at the beginning of this video, during Mercury retrograde, you can expect to see things like communication breakdowns. So be very clear. If you are looking for something, ask for it. Do not make assumptions. Likewise, technology tends to be a little bit hectic in this period of time. Now, what's fascinating about this is in the UK, there is a test on the emergency broadcasting system on the 23rd of April 2023, and it's going to be being held at 3 p.m. UK time. Now, I've shared my views on other videos around this, so I'm not going to go into that here because no doubt YouTube will put me on the naughty step and probably, you know, take my account away or something like that. And I just don't want to risk that. We have a lot of fun on this YouTube channel, and I would like to keep it so that we can all stay in touch and we can navigate these things. If you want to check out a bit of information, go to my Instagram account, LucyDavis2222, join my Conscious Conversation community. That is where I talk very openly about all these issues like this, and I've channeled a lot of information around this subject that is going to come on Sunday. Now, if you think about it, we're now in Mercury retrograde. We've got the London Marathon taking place on Sunday, sorry, not next Sunday, this Sunday. And also on top of that, you know, we are in this period of time whereby lots of powerful energy is going to be coming through. So what better than to cause a big quantum leap in one way or the other, a big distraction, a big reset, by having something like this show up in our lives. And that's going to make a lot more sense as we go through. Now, the energy that is really driving us forward through this new moon, and I've had many people reach out to me and say, oh my goodness, I'm in a real get shit done kind of mood. This energy is around action. It's about you recognizing how you've been holding back, how you haven't been getting things done, and all of a sudden you want to get it done. So if you are riding the get shit done cosmic waves, please, please, please do keep it up. And just honor yourself at the same time. You will need to take time, a moment to ground and just be present with yourself and allow yourself to feel. Do not be taking action based on distraction this month, this new moon. Now, the energy here is very fiery and very feisty. It is the initiator of change. They're the words that it gave me. This is the time whereby you can say, I am going to take changes for my life. It is time for you to transform. This transformative energy is going to push you on through your boundaries and through your barriers for which you have been holding yourself back previously. Honestly, it's a real like, rah, like a real warrior feistiness that is coming through this at the moment. Now, that said, obviously, where there is feistiness, there is going to be anger. There is always those few people or that collective of people that take it one step too far. So do not be surprised if you see warlike behavior coming online. What I mean by this is people coming together, people butting heads. And it's the areas of politics and banking that I am seeing this very, very clearly. Now, the stance on Sunday, the 23rd, in the UK, that is very much a political thing. It's a political, we need to be able to get emergency broadcasts out to people in the event of X, Y, and Z. Now, I always look much deeper into a much lower level of detail around why are they suggesting certain areas, and I go and look at that. I always work off of the pretense that people tell us everything. They tell us everything that they need, that we need to know. So it's about reading between the lines, hearing the words that people are sharing with us. And this is why this new moon is one of the most powerful new moons that we've had so far in 2023. We have to recognize that we have the gifts at our fingertips. If somebody is shouting at you, listen to what they are shouting about. They are telling you, probably by blaming you, everything that they are believing in themselves, everything that they see in themselves. So please do recognize that. Take these moments to gain your courage. You do not need to be shouted at and just take it. But what I'm saying is listen from a space of peace and calm, and then gain the courage to be able to have those conversations. Do not be surprised if things look very different in politics and in banking within the next couple of months. For a very, very, very buoyant period of time right now, ladies and gents. Like, it's a very exciting period of time. There's a lot of self turning the mirror, turning the camera. I like to say, you know, turn the camera on yourself in my membership programs, of looking at self over the course of this new moon. Self-responsibility is one of the areas that they gave me. Self-ownership. Own where you are being your worst enemy. Own where you are pushing boundaries. Own where you are perhaps being disrespectful or derogatory or anything like that. Own it. Take ownership. Take responsibility. You know what? Yes, I did do that. Do you know what? Yes, I did mess that up. Do you know what? That's the kind of conversations we need to be having with ourselves. The other area is self-knowing. How do you know what you want if you don't know who you are? Who are you? It's a great question to be asking yourself. How do you know your standards unless you know who you are, what you're prepared to put up with and what you're not prepared to put up with? Do not be surprised through this new moon if things are coming up and slapping you around, so that you have to recognize who you are. Self-knowing is a wonderful gift that you can give. Now, I've got a couple of programs out there that can help you with this. The first one is my £7.77 program, which is called the 5-Day Breakthrough Experience. Like I say, it's 5 days, it's extremely cheap, and it asks you the questions and really does quite poke the bear for a very cheap 5-day program, whereby, you know, you have to fess up and look at yourself. I've got other programs. I've got an 8-week program called Self Love Mastery, and I've also got a 12-month program that we've literally just opened the doors on the waiting list for. It is a 12-month program. You will rejig your whole life in that period of time. You may think that you're amazing in one area of your life, but trust me, as you go through this program, you're going to be like, okay, maybe I don't have my shit together like I previously thought. It's extremely exciting, and I am so pumped to be going on this journey again with the incredible attendees that come into the class of 2023. We start at the beginning of June. The launch call for a change is on the 31st of May. Normally I do them on the 1st of June, but for some weird reason I decided to change it to the 31st of May. So that is what we are doing. Okay. And so that's not long, and we only open the doors for a few days every year, and then we close those doors back up. Okay. So getting back to the new moon energies. This is going to be a time where we have to reconnect to who we truly are. As I was getting this information coming through, I kept getting the vision. You guys know I'm very visionary. I was getting the vision of the defibrillator bringing you back to life. And when you get that whoosh, bringing back to life, it's basically putting you on your life path. This is your dharmic path. This is the path that you are always supposed to walk. Are you brave enough to be open to that, or are you holding yourself back by distracting yourself from what you always know? Oh, I know I can make money quickly over here. Oh, I know that this is easy for me to do. Recognize where you have been holding yourself back and be brave. Like I said earlier, find the courage. There is courage within peace and calmness. Ask yourself the questions and allow yourself to be guided back. Expect the unexpected was a massive thread that came through as I was channeling this information. Please expect surprises. There are surprises coming in from all over in every area. So it could be politics, it could be your love life, it could be a relationship, it could be your health. Expect the unexpected and expect the surprises. Now, I've been talking a little bit about this on Instagram. One of the threads that came through for this new moon is that we are going to be rebooting the system. Now, when I asked the question, what do you mean by rebooting the system? I almost see that old vision that I used to have when I was showing the world was going to stop, of the big pause button coming and going. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to take the system down, the earth, the banking, the politics, the health, everything, and then we're going to reboot it back up. Because what happens when we, reboot the system? What does every single company that you ever call them about technology problems, have you switched it on and off? That's what I'm talking about. We're going to switch it off, we're going to switch it back on, and then things are going to be coming back up online better than we have ever known it. Things are going to be coming to an end. And they said to me, expect a climax, expect a crescendo. There is going to be an ending, a big ending, and a turn of a corner as we step in and lean into the May energy update. So that's a little bit of an insight for you. There are new realities. I was on the road with David just a couple of days ago, and we were driving along, and I was shown one path going up and one path going down, not in a line, like almost like a zigzag kind of thing. And it was basically like, now is the time when you have to choose your reality. Do you want to go to higher levels of consciousness and live in the truth and live in the peace and live in the harmony? Or are you going to go down into the depths of your loops? It's down to you to check out your new reality, your projected reality, and live in there for as long as you need to. That said, there is going to be many new opportunities presenting themselves. Like I say, I was in the car with David the other night, and it was about midnight, and out of nowhere I was like, oh babe, we need to do this. And it surprised me that he was so open to actually doing what I asked him to do, because I've always thought there's no way he's going to be doing that. But here he was, and he was like, you know what, Lucy, I think you've got a really good point. I think we need to do that. This is what the world needs. So expect things to be fast, expect it to be bumpy, expect it to be exciting and urgent. Everything is going to feel hurried for a couple of weeks. We are on an emotional roller coaster. It is exciting, ladies and gents. And so many people out there have been saying, oh, nothing's happening, nothing's happening. Trust me, out in the energy realms, there is so much happening right now. Like, we are living in the most incredible period of time and living as a human being, which is the most amazing experience. We get to talk, we get to think, we get to live in trauma, we get to eat food, we get to have sex. Like, we are literally living in the best environment. It's not the easiest, but it's the best environment. It's about growth. And this emotional roller coaster is going to make you feel as if, wow, this is really intense. Now, I've spoken to a number of people over the last few days that have said to me, God, the numbers of people that are being sectioned or having mental health issues are on the increase. This is the emotional roller coaster. New doors are opening, new visions are opening, new connections are opening, and you're starting to question whether you're sane or not. The answer is yes, you are sane. You're just seeing things from a very, very, very different perspective, which of course is scary. These periods of time, this new moon is going to create a level of sensitivity within us. We are going to be sensitive. Oh my God, am I going crazy? Should I share that with people, or should I not share that with people? On top of that, we're going to feel more creative than we've ever felt before. Maybe our music will up level. Maybe we'll start writing a book. Maybe we'll start drawing. Or like I said, David and I proposed something to him about something that we need to create. And all of a sudden our creative juices are flowing big time. Along with that, our intuitive nature is going to get an increase. Now, I'm extremely intuitive, and that's what I call myself. When people say, what are you? I'm like, I'm an intuitive. But then I speak to people, they're like, no, you're psychic, you're a channel, you're this, you're that. But I call myself an intuitive. I'm very, very, very intuitive. And that's going to go up to a whole new level. If you think about there being 10 notches on the belt, like, we're going to be going up as quickly as we possibly can. Obviously, for the people that are open to receiving that. There is going to be a new level of strength and passion and determination. Like, I'm seeing like grit and determination taking place. We are going to be recognizing it. Our courageous, like I've said a couple of times through this video, our courageous energy is really going to be coming up online, and we are going to be feeling so much more passionate, so much more driven, so much more dedicated and determined, and, you know, gritting those teeth to get this done. Like, we know that we're in the final throes. Like I said, we are rebooting the system. We know a climax is coming. We just don't know exactly when it's going to be. And boom, we're ready to live it. We're willing it in right now. We are literally willing it in. If you feel out of control, recognize it, check yourself, and take a breath. Go and ground out in nature. Take time to be present. Go by the ocean. Go for a walk around a lake, or go to the river. Do whatever you need to do to allow yourself to feel back present with your human. We've got this thing going on at the moment where we're like, oh, I like living out there, but then I'm living down here in this dense world as a human being. So we need to recognize right now that there are two elements to this. It's about bringing it into wholeness. I know I'm going through this quite quickly. Truths are going to continue to unfold for those who are willing to see. Now, I'm talking about truths in every area. Truths about the relationships we should be in, truths about politics, truths about banking, truths about health, truths about medications. You name it, truths are coming up for everybody. You cannot hide it anymore. You cannot pretend that this is not taking place. Wounds, trauma, and limitations are going to surface for you to heal. Recognize them. I've spoken to a few clients today and they're like, oh my God, Lucy, you are not going to believe what's going on. And I'm like, well, actually, yes, I can. And like I say, we're going to have challenges, additional challenges around communication and around technology and bits and pieces like that. Wouldn't it be a shame if the technology didn't work on Sunday, the 23rd at 3 p.m? Just throwing it out there because of Mercury retrograde. Health is continuing to be under the spotlight of this new moon. Anger will surface on this subject. And I feel, and this is just my own feeling here, I feel that there is going to be truths around food and the food industry that are going to come to the surface, which are going to piss a lot of people off. Excuse my language. Be ready and recognizing as these things come up, and just allow yourself to sit back and hold the space. You do not need to get involved in those things. Injustices will be righted. Any wrongs will be righted just during the next few months. You are going to notice people becoming much more assertive with you, with their lives, with their boundaries. On top of that, toxicity is going to surface. Now, what I mean by toxicity, I don't just mean your toxic behaviors. I mean the toxicity in the human body. So maybe the purging on the skin, there will be more, spots or whatever. And I've actually got a little bit here, which is irritation that's come up just because of certain things that have been taking place. And it is around irritation. I'm going to absolutely own that. So toxicity is going to come to the surface. Toxicity in our water, toxicity in our medical system, toxicity in the politics, toxicity in banking, toxicity in our relationships. Everything is going to be coming to the surface because we have to deal with this once and for all. We can't keep hiding away from it. We've been hiding for too long. Now, I have been talking about Mother Nature for some time, and this is where I'm going to end this information for New Moon. I feel that Mother Nature is starting to put her foot down. There is going to be natural disasters, whether that be earthquakes or floods. I feel it's definitely on this level, and she is doing this to rejuvenate herself. She's fed up with the people keep taking, building new buildings, doing this, doing that. And obviously, when this happens, there is always casualties, which is a very, very sad state of affairs. It's not the people that are creating the trauma for Mother Nature. When she has a little eruption, it's innocent people that get caught up in this, as well as some of the people who have created the damage. Be recognizing of Gaia, love on her, give her energy, send her love. You guys, she has given us life. She is a living organism and she has given us life. She's given us all of her candy in the shape of fruits and vegetables. She's giving us animals. So for those of us that want to eat meat, we can eat meat. She's given us clean skies. It's the people that live on this planet that have created the dodgy skies and the dodgy toxicity and stuff like that. So right now, my focus is going to be on self, on calm, on peace, and loving Mother Nature, loving my neighbors, loving nature, loving everything that Gaia has given us. I would recommend getting close to water and always setting the intention that that water is going to be clear during this period of time. Gosh, I feel fiery and feisty just talking about this. Please do let me know in the comments below if this video resonates with you on any level whatsoever. Please also share if you think there's anything else that I have missed during this. If any of my programs, or you want to know how to get in touch with me, if any of that speaks to your soul, please go up to the description field, or down to the description field actually on YouTube, isn't it? You can check out all of my links on there, and please do feel free to get in touch. I absolutely love hearing from you. I can't wait to see some of you on the launch call or at Soul School. We have got so many exciting times ahead. I'm excited to be riding this cosmic wave with you. I'm going to link back to a beautiful video that I did with David earlier this week. And obviously earlier in the video, you would have seen the video that I did with Emma just yesterday. So guys, once again, I am so sorry for publishing this video late. I hope you enjoy it. Do comment below, and I will see you guys on Monday with David in the next video. Love you guys to the moon and stars. Have a beautiful, beautiful weekend. You take care.